Hello and welcome to another Mondo Street mini-pod. Today, given the imminent arrival of the TV show, we look at Sexy Beast, a film from the year 2000 from Jonathan Glazer, starring Ray Winston, Sir Ben Kingsley and Ian McShane. There are other actors and characters that intertwine between them, but this really is a three-horse race, this one. I think the first thing to say about Sexy Beast is that it's dark. You know, it's fairly bleak with flashes of, you know, fairly nasty violence or nasty behaviour by characters. So you've got Ray Winston, who has basically retired to the sun. Okay, so he's moved to Spain to get away from his life of crime. Is he getting away, or is he hiding from the police? It's never fully explained. So his character's called Gal. And every now and again I thought they said Gale or Girl, but that's just accents for you. You can tell fairly early in the film that things are going to turn south for him, because the film opens with him sunbathing at his poolside with Peaches by the Stranglers playing. Great introduction to a character, great bit of music. But a boulder rolls off the hill behind his house and into his pool. So that kind of gives you a sense of foreboding, which is confirmed when Sir Ben Kingsley's character Don Logan turns up. And the thing with Don Logan, he's a dog whose bite is as bad as his bark. He's a thoroughly unpleasant character, but superbly played. You know, this is a guy that has no emotional barometer. He doesn't know when to stop talking. He doesn't know when to stop berating people, belittling people, being violent, being aggressive, being obnoxious. And he's just thoroughly unlikable. And he comes to Gal, to Ray Winston, with an offer of work, which, with him being retired, he wants to turn down. But Ben Kingsley's character is so overbearing that he won't accept no for an answer. This is cut into with, you know, the preparation for the big job, and this is where the mob boss Ian McShane comes in. Now, as loud and as brash and as off the rails Ben Kingsley is, Ian McShane is exactly the polar opposite. He's very calm, very collected. He is aware of his surroundings and his thoughts and his actions, and I think for me he is far more threatening and far more intimidating because of that. There's no point in going much past that in the story, because then that starts to get into plot spoilers. But I think if you were to look at Sexy Beast, I think there's definite cues of Guy Ritchie or Guy Ritchie isms in there. So I don't know whether Jonathan Glazer had the ideas after watching a Guy Ritchie film, or Guy Ritchie had an idea from Jonathan Glazer, one or the other. But there's lots of, you know, extended dialogue scenes. There's some jump cuts that Guy Ritchie uses. You know, a character goes through a revolving door, they come out, the camera remains in the revolving door and goes round with it a few times. So there's definite some Guy Ritchie-isms in there, but you'd expect that with the British gangster type film. They'd have to have some kind of commercial element. Excellent soundtrack. We've already mentioned Stranglers, Peaches, and then there's I'll get shouted at, I'm going to call them techno group Uncle. There's a lot of the other scoring in there, and that works well to back up the characters. So the scene where Ben Kingsley's character Don arrives at the airport, that's where you're first introduced to the techno dance music, and really does change the shape of the film. I think the thing to remember here is that this is a very strong film. It's a film that will be imitated. I hope, you know, if we have to have films based on TV shows, let's hope that they do a good one. I'm not really overly confident about that, but they've got some great source material to work with. So if you like your films dark, about British gangs, you know, bank break-ins, etc., things like that, then give Sexy Beast a go. If you've seen it before and haven't seen it in a while, give it another go. You know, it's a good film. It's well worth watching. So for me, it's a solid 4 out of 5. Enjoy.